What's up, everyone? This is KC Washack with the Rolling for Revenue podcast, your Jiu Jitsu business podcast. So, guys, if you're trying to level up your business, create more impact in your community, and create and design a business that levels up your own lifestyle, then this is the podcast for you guys. So today, what I want to talk to you about is something that 99% of gyms and jiu-jitsu schools are not doing. To be honest, most even don't even know it's a thing. Okay. And what I'm talking about is structured semi-private training sessions inside your academy. Now, this isn't a private lesson. It's not a regular class. It's not something where you just come and drill early. This is a system. And this one shift alone can increase your revenue without adding a single member. This can improve your retention, accelerate belt progress, create leadership opportunities, and separate your school from every other affiliation in your area, guys. And what I want to explain is, number one, why do you want to do this? What problems does it solve? Where this idea even came from, and how we evolved it into a system. All right, guys. So where this came from, this didn't start in jiu-jitsu. This started in the fitness industry, in my own personal training studios. For years and years, we were doing large group training, like think boot camps, 30 plus people, and one-on-one personal training. Sound familiar? That's the jiu-jitsu business model. But eventually we hit a ceiling. Private sessions, great results, high revenue per client, but you can only do so many per day. You're capped off. The large group, you could fit more people in the room. You could deal with more people at one time. It's a lower price, but it's less individualized, and people aren't getting the touch points they need. Some people get lost in the group. So we asked, what if there was something in the middle where semi-private training, and that's where semi-private training was born. All right, 4 to 6 people, 45 minutes, structured programming. This isn't come do what you want. This is structured. And now what it allows is high visibility for the coaches to train only 4 to 6 people. The clients get faster results because they get eyes on them at all times, more accountability, more connection with the other students, more personalization. And what does the business get? A higher revenue per hour, better retention, because now you're actually helping these people faster, better results, which drives more referrals. And here's the one part that hit me. Why isn't anybody doing this in jiu-jitsu? And here's what I came up with. The problem inside most jiu-jitsu schools is the traditional class structure looks like this. Warm up, technique, drill, maybe some positional training, and then live rolls. Awesome. That works. But there's people that get lost in that. Here's what that doesn't solve. The student who feels lost, who's not getting it, they feel overwhelmed. Maybe it's their first few months and they only have a handful of moves in their disposal. They don't know how to connect the positions. They start falling behind and they want to leave. So who could this be for? This could be for the hobbyist who wants faster progression. They don't want to compete, but they want to get better quicker. This could be for the higher level student who wants refinement in what they're doing. They need deeper reps. They need eyes on them at all times and fix the little nuances of the techniques. So more detail. The school owner's revenue ceiling can go up. All right. So if you're typically at $150 to $200 per member, and that's the only way you can grow, which means you need to do more marketing for more members, and obviously we're losing some people along the way. So this creates more chaos. Most school owners think I just need more leads, and I can outsell the loss. All right. But sometimes you need a better offer inside your existing base. All right. So here's some of the things that it solves. All right. Number one, it increases your revenue per student. Instead of $175 a month, literally, you can offer one time a month, one time a week, and make that $250 to $300 a month. You could have an unlimited option. And now your average member value increases without adding one more body to the gym. This is a sophisticated business. It's not hustle. It's not leverage. It's utilizing the people who want more. You're not forcing anybody to do anything. They want more, so they gravitate towards more. So when you're training in a group of 4 to 6, you're building tighter relationships. They're getting seen by the coach. They're getting feedback by the coach. They feel coached. Retention isn't about vibes. It's about feeling the progress, and progress requires feedback. Private training creates this feedback loop. It's only 4 to 6 of us. I'm in front of you. I'm tailoring and your techniques, and you're going to progress. So this isn't haphazard. You focus on 2 positions per month, structured drilling, progressive layers, no random techniques of the day. This is structured, and therefore they know what they're going to be working on. It's intentional skill acquisition. All right. This alone separates you from almost every school. All right. Now, how can you do this? You obviously need to build staff. So you can run the structured sessions. You can have a curriculum. You can literally pass it on to assistant coaches who can then run it. This helps them gain confidence because they're not just teaching techniques. You're building coaches, and they're building relationships. And this makes your academy more valuable to the student long term. All right. So I think there's 3 reasons why people don't do this. Because they've never seen it, number 1. Most affiliations are just a license, the name. They don't help you in any business structure in any way, shape, or form. So you default to whatever my coach did when I was getting coached. Class schedule and hope. And let's try out. So everybody looks the same. And they're afraid to nickel and dime. So they put their price points in a safe area. Because they can't understand, they can't explain the value of why their jiu-jitsu is better than everybody else. They think private lessons are the only premium offer, and that's not true. Semi-private lessons are the middle ground between your regular classes and your private lessons. Private lessons are for the individual to tailor their game to them. All right. It's a premium feel, it's higher margins. All right. But it's not as scalable as semi-private. All right. So here's what this really is. This is an evolution. And what's funny is I talk to a lot of people about this, and at first I get some pushback, but then they start seeing it in their gym and they're like, man, if I could just group these people together and have them work together, it would be awesome. And they start tinkering with it. All right. So if your revenue model hasn't changed in decades and you're relying on tradition, that's not a strategy. Semi-private training is not about squeezing more money. It's about creating better value, a better culture, better systems, better leadership from your assistants. And if you implement this correctly, this can easily become a 6-figure addition to your academy. Not by adding students, but by serving the current ones better. All right, guys. So we've built out the frameworks for our semi-private. So this is something we've been doing for a while now, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. So if you need any help with this, reach out. But if this episode hit home with you, like, comment, and share, and go to rollingforrevenue.com where there's a whole chapter on semi-private training. And remember, keep changing lives, and I'll see you on the mats.